So we've had some time to try out the new patch that came out for Diablo 4 to fix some of the problems with Season 3. And let's take a look at one of the new vaults since the changes to the patch and kind of discuss how we feel about it. So let's hop in. So early in the season, vaults didn't feel that good. You didn't want to use your Pearls of Warding because you wanted to save those for the Echoes of Malphas. But now they've since added a new currency for those Echoes of Malphas, as well as your Pearls of Warding when used on the Shrine of Zultan reward additional 10 Zultan warding opposed to the original 3 each pearl used to give you. So it makes it a lot easier to have enough warding at the end of each dungeon to use that warding to claim the prizes in the form of those chests. They did also improve what you're getting from the chests, giving more legendaries, more tuning stones, making it much easier to get some power to your companion, the Sessional. Now, I do feel the Sessional could use a little bit more power still in the damage. I think the buffs, for the most part, do feel good enough. But if your Sessional is just a buff machine, kind of doesn't have the same impact as the Malignant Hearts or the Vampiric Powers in that sense, as it doesn't feel as impactful. So I think a little bit of tweaking on the companion can still be done to kind of make the companion feel a bit more impactful without it just being a buff machine, because it doesn't really seem like the mechanics behind it really are giving you anything other than a buff bot, which is like fine. Like the buffs, like don't get me wrong, the buffs are good, but with your companion, I kind of feel and would expect that your companion could be more than a buff bot when it has all these physical abilities that it can use to actually attack with you as your teammate. And as you can even see in the clips here, you can see he really always drags behind you. He's never really with you, following you around while you're going through these vaults or any kind of content. He always just falls behind, trying to clean up in the back, which he really can't because he doesn't have the damage for it. So I think some sort of damage buff would be beneficial, just so he feels like an impactful companion and not just a buff bot. And maybe that will change if you have one of the uber unique tuning stones from the Echo of Malphas. But if that's what it takes is an uber unique, I don't think that constitutes a good mechanic for your companion. So I do believe the companion could be readjusted a little bit better. In the vaults, they additionally adjusted a lot of the traps, delaying how often you'll lose a Zoltan's warding when you take damage from a trap, as well as reducing the size of some of the traps. I think this was a very good play on their part, because sometimes it felt like you'd get punished for some pretty silly stuff, especially when you got hit by the triple shot from one of the dart towers. If you got hit by all 3, you'd lose 3 warding. So honestly, it wouldn't be as bad now, especially if you get 10 warding per pearl now. So it's easier to stack up that warding going into the actual vaults. But other than that, honestly, I think overall the patch that came out Friday night was definitely good. It was beneficial. It made the game feel good. It made the new content feel a lot better. I do believe the Sessional still needs some work if you want to use it as an actual companion, kind of like you would expect him to do more than just either debuff and buff you. Because at this time, with the debuffs and the buffs, he is fine, but he Other than that, like if that's the only impactful part of the bot, then well, I expected a little bit more, needless to say. So I thought that the bot would be able to actually do a little bit of fighting. But that could be just me, but that's just my feelings on it at this time. But all in all, I'd say the patch was successful. It made me want to engage in the vaults a lot more. You do get a little bit more power out of your sessional since you're able to upgrade those tuning stones a lot easier. But I still think a little bit of work can be done to make the season feel that much better. So let's finish watching this vault run and then we'll give you my closing thoughts here. So overall, I would say the patch was a huge success. It did make things a lot better. I want to play the end game content. I want to play the new content that are the vaults. But I do think the companion can still use a little bit of tweaking with its offensive side of things. Its debuffs and buffs are fine though. Just the smallest amount of tweaking with the sessional. What do you think about the patch that came out on Friday? Let me know your thoughts. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you tomorrow night as we stream our playthrough of Season 3 of Diablo 4 here on YouTube. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out.